Castle Impossible Season 2 has officially become much more than a renovation show. At first, viewers were watching Daphne Reckert and Ian Figueira take on the massive challenge of restoring a 500-year-old French chateau. That story already had drama, risk, family history, and the kind of pressure HGTV viewers love. But now, everything has changed. Daphne is pregnant, their first baby is on the way, and suddenly the chateau is no longer just a restoration project. It is becoming the place where Daphne and Ian may raise their child, build their family, and begin a completely new chapter of life. That is why Season 2 feels so different. Before the baby news, the show was about saving Daphne's family legacy. Now it is about making that legacy ready for the next generation. Every unfinished room feels more personal. Every delay feels more stressful. Every decision carries more weight. Daphne and Ian are not just asking how to restore an old property anymore. They are asking how to turn this enormous, complicated, historic chateau into a real home before their baby arrives. The biggest emotional moment came when Daphne revealed her pregnancy news to her granny during the June 7th episode. That scene changed the whole feeling of the season. It was not just a sweet family announcement. It was the moment the entire story shifted. Suddenly, the chateau was not only connected to Daphne's grandfather and her past, it was also connected to her baby and the future. The property that once represented inheritance, memory, and responsibility now represents new life, and that is what makes Daphne's pregnancy so powerful inside this season. A baby changes everything for any couple, but for Daphne and Ian, the timing makes it even more intense. They are not living in a finished family home. They are living in the middle of a construction zone, surrounded by old stone walls, unfinished spaces, ongoing projects, and constant decisions. Most expecting parents worry about setting up a nursery, buying baby supplies, and getting their house organized. Daphne and Ian are trying to do all of that while restoring a massive chateau in France. That pressure is what makes the baby storyline so real. This is not a normal pregnancy journey in a normal home. Daphne is preparing for motherhood while also helping manage one of the biggest renovation challenges on television. She has to think about her health, her energy, her comfort, and her future as a mother while still being part of a project that demands attention every day. The chateau does not pause because a baby is coming. If anything, the baby makes the work feel even more urgent. Fans also started asking questions after the pregnancy news came out. One rumor that floated around was whether Daphne and Ian were having twins. But the couple cleared that up. They are not expecting twins. It is one baby. Still, even one baby is enough to turn their world upside down. Becoming parents for the first time is already emotional, overwhelming, and life-changing. Doing it while trying to restore a 500-year-old estate makes the journey even more dramatic. What makes this story special is that Daphne and Ian are not just preparing for a baby in the usual way. They are preparing a whole future. The chateau is not simply where they live. It is where their family story may continue. This baby could grow up surrounded by history, family memories, French countryside, old rooms, hidden corners, and a property that carries generations of meaning. That makes every renovation feel less like a design choice and more like a decision about the kind of life they want to give their child. The gatehouse renovation for Daphne's. Granny also feels different because of the baby news. On the surface, that project is about creating a safe and beautiful place for Daphne's granny to live. But now, it also feels like part of a larger family picture. Daphne's granny represents the older generation connected to the chateau. Daphne and Ian represent the present generation trying to save it. And their baby represents the future generation who may one day inherit the story they are building now. That is why the chateau is slowly becoming more than a property. It is becoming a multi-generational home. Daphne inherited it from her grandfather. Her granny is part of the emotional heart of the season. And now, Daphne's baby is becoming part of that legacy before even arriving. The pregnancy makes viewers look at every room differently. It is no longer just about whether a space looks beautiful on camera. It is about whether this place can truly become a home for a growing family. Daphne's pregnancy also changes how the work happens. She cannot push herself the same way she might have before. Heavy lifting, constant physical labor, and long, exhausting days are different when a baby is on the way. That means Ian has to take on even more responsibility, not only as a renovator and partner, but also as a soon-to-be father. Viewers are watching him step into a bigger role, protecting Daphne, supporting her, and helping keep the project moving while their family life changes around them. That is one of the most touching parts of the season. Daphne and Ian are not just a couple restoring a chateau anymore. They are becoming parents in real time. Their conversations, their worries, and their choices all feel different because the baby is now at the center of the story. Even when they are talking about rooms, timelines, or money, the larger question is always there. Can they get enough done before the baby arrives? Can they make this place safe, stable, and ready for a child? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more HGTV updates, renovation drama, and emotional stories from your favorite shows. Another reason the baby storyline works so well is because it adds a ticking clock to the entire season. Renovation deadlines are already stressful, but a baby due date is not something you can simply move. The chateau may have delays, deliveries may take longer, projects may run over budget, but the baby is coming whether the rooms are finished or not. That creates a different kind of tension. Daphne and Ian are racing against time, not just for a reveal, but for their real life. The baby also makes the future of the chateau feel more important. Daphne and Ian have talked about turning the property into something sustainable through weddings, events, photo shoots, and guest experiences. But now, that business side matters even more because they are not only supporting themselves, they are preparing to support a family. The chateau has to become more than a dream. It has to become something that can help provide stability for their baby's future. That is why even the smaller projects feel connected to the pregnancy. A whimsical library, upgraded powder rooms, event spaces, and future guest areas are not just pretty renovations. They are pieces of a bigger plan. Daphne and Ian are trying to make the property work financially so that their family can continue living there. Every finished space brings them one step closer to turning the chateau into a future their child can grow up inside. There is also an emotional side to Daphne's move that feels even stronger now that she is pregnant. She has admitted that she misses California, the sunshine, her friends, and her family. That kind of homesickness is already difficult, but pregnancy can make it even more emotional. When someone is preparing to become a mother, family support and familiarity can matter more than ever. Daphne is building a new life in France, but that does not mean she has forgotten the life she left behind. That honesty makes the season more relatable. From the outside, living in a French chateau can look like a fairy tale, but Daphne's pregnancy shows the reality behind the dream. She is preparing for motherhood far from the place she once called home, while also trying to help restore a property that carries huge expectations. That is not just romantic, it is stressful, emotional, and brave. And then there is the question of what kind of childhood this baby might have. Most children do not grow up in a centuries-old chateau with hidden spaces, towers, tunnels, old maps, and family stories built into the walls. Daphne and Ian's baby may grow up surrounded by a world that feels almost magical, but that magic comes from the work Daphne and Ian are doing now. Every project they finish is part of the world their child may one day know as home. That is what makes the title so fitting. Daphne and Ian's baby news really does turn Castle Impossible Season 2 upside down. It changes the emotional stakes, it changes the deadlines, it changes the meaning of the renovations, it changes the way viewers see the chateau. The property is no longer just an impossible inheritance. It is becoming the foundation for a family. By the end of the season, viewers may remember the beautiful rooms, the historic spaces, and the chateau mystery. But the heart of the story is Daphne and Ian becoming parents while trying to build a life big enough for their baby. They are not only restoring stone walls and old rooms, they are creating a future. And with their first child on the way, Castle Impossible Season 2 may be the most emotional chapter of their story so far.